So obviously, bringing up the quarterback conversation in July, before the season started, given where the quarterback we're going to be talking about today, Bryce Young, ended last season, we shouldn't really be having this conversation, right? I mean, if we really want to be prepared for the future, if we really want to be the best possible team, this is a scenario in a year where I truly think, yes, it is time to say it is make or break for Bryce Young. You could say, no, he still needs a little bit more time, but we are in the age of quarterbacks get 2 to 3 years. Bryce will be in year 3, still has not eclipsed 50 passing touchdowns, hasn't had a single season where he passed for more than, I think, 15? Yeah, his 2 combined seasons have 26 touchdowns and 19 interception with a 77.3 rating. He only in 2024 eclipsed 60% completion percentage. I mean, the rookie season was 59.8, so it was basically 60, but 60% completion percentage is not good enough in the NFL. And if he's supposed to be that dynamic guy that can go out there and put this ball in places where it needs to be, then I'm sorry. His jump is going to be legendary, if I'm going to be honest with you, if he is going to rebound from this. He needs at least 25 touchdowns this year. And to be honest, he needs to eclipse 3,000 yards. Even in the rookie year, 28.77, that was pretty close. But to have come back and then like 24.03, man, I understand you were benched, but we're not talking about a guy that's going out there and throwing 300-400 yards on a regular basis. In fact, you want me to tell you a crazy stat? Did you know in that 5 touchdown game in week 17 against the Atlanta Falcons, he still only threw for 251 yards? Like, that's not a thing where he's going out there and winning the game. He's being put in scenarios because we had such a good run game, of course. Love Chuba out there and everything like that, but he really benefited from that in that game alone. Those last few games, the hype for him was real, but if you really want to go look at that game, hey, Bryce had a fantastic game, 5 touchdowns. It's probably going to be his best NFL game ever. And I don't really know if it's going to be a realistic expectation that he ever repeats something like that. Do you really think he's going to be able to go out there and repeat 5 touchdowns on a regular basis, given where this team has been just the last, say, 4 years, even the year that we got him? His rookie season didn't show me anything. He has all the intangibles. He has all the things off the field. But this is the season where he needs to take that step forwards and become more than just the intangible quarterback. I mean, if I'm going to be honest with you, 3 passing touchdowns in that final game, that's great. I mean, super happy about that. But really, man, really? That's your one good game? Was your week 17 game 2 seasons into your career? Oh, 2 seasons into your career? Come on, man. We need to be realistic about where Carolina is. And Carolina is in a place where Bryce Young is the thing holding them back. There could be an absolute resurgence. And like I said, I would be super happy to just witness it, if I'm going to be honest with you, because I have counted Bryce Young out since basically we drafted him. I mean, I shouldn't say since we drafted him. I really believed in Frank Reich and everything like that, but the rookie season really blew it up for me. By the end of his rookie season, I was 100% out. And to be honest, I've stayed out. Even the 15 touchdowns last year, yeah, that last game was absolutely electric, and if I want to go watch a highlight reel, I'll watch one of his, 20-something games that he's played. That's not something that I really want to do. I'm not hinging my entire fandom on a guy that's played 28 games started, 30 games total. Like, and not just that, but a guy that's throwing 60% completion. If we were to just take his name out of it and say it was, Daniel Jones. If Daniel Jones put up these numbers, he wouldn't be a quarterback anymore. Oh, wait, he did. In fact, Daniel Jones's rookie season is better than arguably both of Bryce's seasons put together. It is, actually. It's not even close. But regardless, that is insane to me that we are still like, man, this guy's going to break the bank and everything. I just don't see it, man. And if Nalo McMillan can't absolutely band-aid all of Bryce's issues, along with a lot of other things happening, man. A lot of other things are against Bryce right now. A depleted center position. I mean, we're asking Austin Corbett and Cade Mays to anchor this offense, yeah, that's going to be a really tough ask, to be honest with you. We should have thought about this long term. To be honest, I would have much rather us gotten Jonah Monheim. I was a big advocate of us getting a center in this past draft, and I think that's going to come and bite us. The other two things to think about are our guards. 27, 28. So older guards, bigger contracts. I'm a bit worried about their long-term health, especially given this season. A lot of people are really going to try and stuff the run because that's what we did last year. So we're going to obviously try and air it out a little bit more, the give and take. But then our tackles, Taylor Moton, 30, going on 31, contract insane, to be honest with you. And then we're talking about Ikem Ekwonu. Yeah, this is a tough offensive line for anybody to deal with on their best day, but they don't give their best day every day. We don't get a perfect offensive line. Even last year, coming off of having one of the most expensive offensive lines in the league, we were still struggling at times. We were really struggling in pass pro. We were great in run pro, but pass pro, man, we were struggling. So I think that just right there, just the offensive line is enough for me to be worried. Now, obviously, if I want to go and look at the silver linings, hey, man, that wide receiver room is insane. Nalo McMillan, Xavier Legette as the number 2, Jalen Coker as the 3, Adam Thielen as the veteran. You know what? Maybe Hunter Renfrow comes in there too. Hopefully David Moore makes his way someplace else. And then, we've got Jimmy Horn Jr., man. We've got some guys in that wide receiver room. I love that. And, of course, running back room, Chuba Hubbard, one of my favorite Panthers. And now Rico Dowdle, the 1,000-yard rusher from Dallas. Tight end room, we're still a little, I guess, weak at. We still have Tommy Tremble coming, but he is coming off of a back injury, so he's going to take a little bit of time. He might not be ready for week 1. So we're going to be rolling Jatavian Sanders and Mitchell Evans. And now, obviously, I just did a video about Mitchell Evans. He's good. I really like him. I am worried that the 2 injuries in college, the broken foot and the ACL, are things that, this franchise just kind of loves drafting guys with major injury history. But regardless, I'm really pulling for Mitchell Evans becoming a staple in this offense. And obviously, Jatavian Sanders is a dynamic pass catcher, just not a great run blocker. That's been my consistent issue with him. So the offense overall is literally just waiting for Bryce Young or another quarterback, whether or not that's Andy Dalton or whoever, to truly take the reins and move this team into a place where we are contending on a regular basis. Now, a lot of people will say, oh, man, you're just wanting to contend. There's so much I want. I would love a Super Bowl. But realistically, right now, I can't even get a quarterback to throw more than 15 passing touchdowns. And every time somebody brings up my quarterback, they bring up not the entire season. They bring up a very small portion of the season where they cherry pick. I don't want that anymore. I want a guy that can win more than 6 games in 2 years. I want a guy that can elevate the talent around him. And I want a guy that can consistently go out there and give me round 1, pick 1 quality play. I don't think we're at the point now where people have to keep softballing it. I've been saying that this organization is going to fail him if he doesn't fail it himself. Obviously, David Tepper has made it incredibly hard for Bryce Young, so kudos to him for me even making it this far. But now it is time to put foot to pavement. It's time for Bryce Young to either show us that he is the quarterback of the future, or, man, I'm going to be honest, Dave Canales might be looking for another quarterback in this next draft. Especially if we end up top 10, you think there's a chance we end up like a Drew Aller? Possibly. I don't know if it's really time to jettison Bryce Young. I do think that if he doesn't really succeed this year, if you're rolling it into next year, you're truly just rolling it out, hoping that he doesn't put it together to try and get an even higher pick the following year. So retooling, getting a bunch of stuff this year, and then next year jettisoning him. I don't know. Maybe you make a trade for a veteran. I don't know. I really don't even want to be having the conversation. I would have much rather come out of the season with Bryce Young having, say, 22 passing touchdowns, and then we'd be off to the races. But I'm not going to continue to sit in a place where he's not doing well, he's not exceeding at the position that he's playing, and he's still getting a pass. He doesn't get that pass anymore. He needs to go out there, exceed 20, I'm going to set it at 25 passing touchdowns this year. If it's 19, then I don't want to hear anybody talk shit about Brock Purdy, because Brock Purdy would dog walk Bryce Young. I don't want to hear anybody sit and talk about Kyler Murray. Kyler Murray could dog walk Bryce Young. I'm not sure on the Carolina Panthers, of course. But I do think that there is a certain line where we need to toe, where it's, man, I really believe in Bryce Young, but I really need to see something, man. I need to give I need you to give me a reason to believe still, because soon to be 3 years in, unless I see fireworks at the beginning of the season, I don't know if Dave is going to continually let him be quarterback number 1 on this team. But I want to know your thoughts. It's probably not in the same camp as me. A lot of people are very much still in on Bryce Young. And hey, he's only 2 years in, about to be 3. I completely understand. I just don't know if Dave Canales' job can survive another year of not winning at a high level on top of another year possibly of next year, meaning at least the first few games. A lot of guys will get that first 2 years coaching, but then not get that full second or that full third year. I'm not wanting to put Dave Canales in that situation because I believe that he is our head coach for hopefully the next decade, and I don't want Bryce Young to play him out of a job. So, where do you sit? Are you in the Bryce Young needs to start no matter what, which is where I'm at. I do think he is the guaranteed starter unless it just gets really bad, in which case we'll see Dave Canales bench him again. But if not, what do we do? If he doesn't make that step, do we draft another quarterback? Do we just let Dalton play and maybe have Bryce sit behind him for his 3rd or 4th year? Like, what are we doing? I want to know. Put it in the comments. And make sure you check out the rest of the videos. My name is Nick. This has been Roll Coverage, a place where I just like to talk about my Carolina Panthers. Hopefully I see you in the next one. And hey, if you got any ideas for a video, make sure you put them in the comments. I always read them. I always make sure to respond when I can. And I want to start getting you guys more involved. So whenever you want, put them down there. Talk to you soon, guys. Peace.